Welcome to our kitchen. Today we prepare ancient Roman pork shank from the 8th book of the Re Culinaria. We start with ingredients. We need pork shank, red wine, eggs, garum, olive oil, onions, conditum, savory, rue and long pepper. First we roast the pork shank in the oven. We cooked it for about an hour, but the cooking time depends on the size and your preference. Like all the pork recipes in this part of the Re Culinaria, this one is for the whole pig, but you can choose the cut you prefer. Instead of the shank, you can use the leg, the shoulder, the collar or the loin according to your taste. Meanwhile, we prepare the sauce. We mince half an onion and a bit of rue, pound them in the mortar with long pepper, savory and a hard-boiled egg yolk, and dilute with conditum, wine, olive oil and garum. Conditum is an ancient mulled wine, often used for medicinal purposes. In the first book of the Re Culinaria, we find two recipes. The first calls for wine, honey, pepper, mastic, Indian bay leaves, saffron and dates. The second, called conditum melizomum, is made only with wine, honey and pepper. This is the recipe we used for our conditum, diluting a little honey in a cup of wine and adding a pinch of pepper. In the Re Culinaria, we read that conditum melizomum was intended for travelers and was distributed on the streets. Melizomum comes from Greek and means honeyed, whereas conditum in Latin only means dressed or seasoned, implying wine. Other recipes for conditum are found in naturalistic and medical sources, such as Pliny's Naturalis Historia, Apuleius Herbarium, and the works of Aetius Amidenus and Oribasius. For this recipe we used long pepper, because it blends very well with the other ingredients. But there are no instructions in the original recipe, where we only read to use pepper. In the antiquity all three types of pepper were available, according to Dioscorides and Pliny, who writes that long pepper was the most expensive, followed by white pepper. Black pepper, being cheaper, was the most commonly used. For a good balance among the ingredients, we recommend 1 part each of the liquid ingredients. If you don't have rue, you can substitute it with another aromatic herb, such as mint or parsley. The flavor will be different, but still good. Instead of savory, you can use thyme or oregano. To learn more about ancient food, check out our book, Ancient Roman Cooking, which contains information about agriculture, banquets, ingredients, primary sources and recipes in ancient Rome, selected and translated from the original texts. In addition, on our Patreon page, you can find the translations of the recipes from Cato's De Agricultura and the Re Culinaria, as well as several other translations and articles on historical food. For the transition between ancient and medieval cuisine, check out our book De Observatione Ciborum, Early Medieval Recipes at the Court of the Franks, with the translation of a beautiful 6th century book, written by the Byzantine physician Antimus for the king of the Franks, which includes recipes and dietetic advice. A list of our books on historical cooking, along with the links to buy us a beer and purchase our merchandise, is in the description below. We cook the sauce for a couple of minutes and serve the pork shank with the sauce. This roast was amazing, with a perfect balance of flavors. The ruined onion gave the sauce a slight pungency, softened by the complex sweetness of conditum, and balanced by the acidity of wine and the sapidity of garum, enhanced by the typical Mediterranean flavor of the savory and the intense aroma of long pepper, with a nice consistency created by the egg yolk. We served this roast with mustacei, but also another ancient bread like Lixula Sabina or Apus would be an excellent choice. As a side dish, we recommend rutabaga or mushrooms. You'll find all the links to the videos in the description below. If you're interested in ancient foods and flavors, subscribe our channel and consider supporting us on Patreon.